Okay. Auntie Joni, she is the reason why I'm going to college. Of course, I have family help, friend help, kind of support through that. But she is the sole reason why I got into the college that I initially wanted to go to. And that was probably one of the most important things that has ever happened to me, so I'm eternally grateful to her. And I see her as a family member, kind of. She's like a mother to me in a way. Yeah. I love you, Auntie Joni.
My best memory with Miss Sturgis was after my AP Euro final exam. The day before we got out for Christmas break, because she had a bunch of food and dishes brought in, and she had us play Pictionary, and it was really fun.
Sarah Jane Lilly is the biggest nerd I have ever met in my entire life, and she thinks she's really cool, but she's not. And tries to use words like lit and fam in class, and I want to die, but I still love her a lot, and she is probably my favoriteest teacher, and my auntie, so there's that too. And she trusts me with her child, which is good for her. But honestly, she made me really interested in something that I never thought I'd be interested in, and that I'm still interested in to this day, and I love it, and that I have like a little family from. So thank you, Sarah Jane. I love you.
Missy Nava is the most influential teacher to me out of the 4 years that I've attended Parker. I've had 3 history classes with her, and without her, I probably wouldn't know the facts that I do. Love you.
One of my favorite teachers is Miss Rickards. She's probably like my second mom. I would have her adopt me in a second. She always has a fun way of teaching things, and I love Miss Rickards.
Dr. A is an outgoing and amazing person. She's always in the theater, and she always works so hard to help her students learn more about acting, about the culture of dancing, all these types of things. And she's really just a great person in general. She's able to help the school in so many ways by bringing such an intensive, good theater program to the school. And I believe she has improved our arts greatly.
I'm going to say this, it's going to be short and simple. Dr. A she kind of embodies the spirit of the arts, which she's trying to portray to us as kids who aren't really a part of that culture, say South American culture, African culture. She kind of brings it here, and it's so cool to see that mixing of the culture. And she's just such a lively person and fun person to be around. I mean, I haven't done Dramatique since freshman year, but every single time I'm around her, she's always
I do Dramatiques, and she's great.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Leonard, because he's really chill and he's really nice to look at, and yeah, that's pretty.
Thankful for Auntie Joni. For one, she's known me since I was little because she was my sister's college counselor. And then she didn't know that I went here until I told her I was my sister's sister. And she's helped me because I had a set plan for freshman year of what I wanted to do. And then like 2 weeks ago, I changed it, and she's helped me through that entire thing. And I've been super scared about my ACT, and she's helped me through that. And she's just like, she's super fun to talk to. Like I'll sit on the front porch at school, and she'll like, you know, come up, give me a hug, ask me how my morning's going and stuff. She's just a great person. I love Auntie Joni.
So how has Coach Dunnigan impacted my life? He's impacted it in a way that kind of set in place kind of my ambitions and what is important, first of all, as compared to academics, sports, and family. And I kind of had that all messed up beforehand, but he taught me that academics truly come first because that's your ticket to success, and then family, and then sports. So that's probably the biggest thing.
And the effect he had on me was basically what kind of person I want to be in sports and out of sports. And he's always pushed me to be the best in everything I do. And thank you.
Yeah, for Teacher Appreciation Week, we'd like to thank Mr. Leonard for being really nice and cool.
Yeah,
Cool
cool
advisor.
He's really cool.
Yeah. He's pretty voiced.
Yeah.
She's a great teacher because she makes class really fun, and she's always trying to find ways to improve and help us do better in her classes. So she's a fun teacher. I like her.
Auntie Kelly, oh my gosh, she's someone to vent to. She's someone to give you advice. She's someone that'll not let you give up on anything. That is for sure. She's one tenacious lady, and I love her for that. Since she started working at the front desk, I feel like I've gotten really close to not only her, but also to Riley. Like, you really see Riley and Auntie Kelly, and it makes you love the both of them so much more. And they're both really close to my heart. I'm so grateful for Auntie Kelly, and I feel like I speak for a lot of the seniors when I say that too.
Alright, so Miss English is a great teacher. She has helped me do better in math. Last year in math, I was doing really bad. It was at a different school, but now Miss English has helped me do much better in math and support me when I get problems wrong, when I do bad on tests. I can go to her every morning and ask, hey, I need some help on it.
Miss Weigel is the best teacher ever, and I think she's really good at chemistry. And I went to Pass State without her because I was really bad at chemistry. And we always have a good time in her class, and she has a great sense of humor.
You know, Mr. Takenouchi is really neat because he takes no uchis. But aside from that, honestly, he's a really, really cool guy. Just his knowledge of the design process and his commitment to the students. Really.
So Miss Carey is basically like my second mom at the school. Sometimes, obviously, she does get a bad rep because she's the rule maker, and she's just that kind of person who has been put in place to make the rules. But as just a person, as someone who I can go talk to, I really love spending time with her because she tells me how much she thinks I'm worth and how much she wants me to improve in school and do great things. And she's really helped me along the college process too, just trying to decide which college to go to and why. And she just kind of tells me that wherever you go, you'll be fine and you'll do great things. And she's always there for me, and I really appreciate her, and I'll miss her very much.
I like Coach D because he's funny and he tells a lot of people what to do. And whenever I get mad, he just supports me.
Auntie Kelly, otherwise known as my mom, my rock, having her at school every day, it has its ups and downs, because if I get in trouble, she'll be the first one to know. But that's okay because I never get in trouble. But so just having her here every day, it's just like a really nice kind of feeling of comfort for me, and I feel like a lot of people feel that as well, who go to Parker and might not be their sons or daughters, her son or daughter, but it's just nice having that comfort level of having her, because she's such a mom, and she will go out of her way to help anyone and just be like a really good support system to anyone. Like, she'll go out of her way to help anyone. That's one of my favorite qualities about my mom, is it doesn't matter who you are, she will go out of her way and help you no matter what. And so I feel like that's really special, and that's why I love my mom so much. That's why I love Auntie Kelly so much.
I like Miss Lenchik because she will work with you until you understand what you're trying to learn. And I also like how she makes class interesting. We do a lot of games and different activities, and it's very, we get to interact with each other.
Miss Marshall is my favorite teacher. She is absolutely the best. She is so committed to her work, and she's so knowledgeable about the subject she teaches. I've had creative writing with her for 3 years, and I've been in her English class once, and I love how she commits herself so much to lip sync every year. Every year it's a different performance, a different persona, and it's very entertaining, and she's just ultimately one of the sweetest people at the school, and I think it's very lovely.
Ms. Mannion has always been receptive of feedback and giving ways that her students can improve in a really constructive way, and I think she's made a great impact on Parker School in her first year, and I think she's acclimated very well to the environment here, and she's been really helpful in and out of the classroom. If you need her, she's really available to explain things or help with scholarship recommendations or anything like that. So I see a really bright future for her here at Parker School.
I appreciate Miss Lily because she knows how to find the perfect balance between professionalism and being very goofy in chorus. Because like when we have a show, it's all buckled down and serious and it's all good, but there's still time for jokes and it's a lot of fun.
And I think Miss Anaba is pretty cool because like although she might yell at us a lot, she's a really great teacher and knows how to teach history well, and we get a lot of life experience from her.
My favorite moment with Miss Lunchik would be when she, kind of like in general, she's like a really good teacher, like really nice. So like, kind of like all of it, like when you go into her classroom, she's very welcome.
I really appreciate Buff Winterbaum because he's a teacher I can go to about any problems I have, whether that be in school or out of school. He's a really trustworthy guy, and he should go with my grandma.
Mr. Smith is the best because he gives great analogies when we're learning debate stuff, and he's a great teacher, and he always knows what to tell us to help us understand the topic, and he's the best.
I've never really seen Doc angry. I've only ever seen Doc angry very few times, and one of those times was when we were in the lobby of the DoubleTree, and Kirk thought it would be funny to rip his newspaper in half. And I don't know why Kirk thought that would be funny, but Doc just lost it. So.
Auntie Kelly, Heron Bean, be staying in the front porch, chilling, being the best. I love her. She loves us. We can talk to her about anything. She's not even a faculty member at this point. She's family, and she just means a lot to all of us, and she means a lot to me. So, see ya.
My favorite staff member is Gary because he's so fun. We had a great time with him being our coach during the girls volleyball season, and he's also really fun with the boys volleyball, and he just smiles everywhere he goes, and he always gives you a laugh. And even though he says he's not coming to a chorus line, everyone pressured Gary into coming because he needs to be committed. But we all love you, Gary, so thank you for being your happy self.
Happy is an institution here at Parker School. He always has a smile on his face, and he always says hi to everyone and gives everyone a high five as they walk by. And it's just really nice to see that kind of like positive aloha spirit around the campus.
Doc continuously makes jokes and always never fails to make us laugh. Even when we're stressed out about debate or we're just super nervous, he'll sing songs or like make jokes, and he's a really great mentor. So thank you, Doc.
Mindy, what up, girl? Miss Higgins is really fantastic. She teaches my health class, and I had her for middle school. Mitochondria, powerhouse! Yeah, she's really amazing. She'll listen to me when I have complaints too, which is often. Yeah, she's just wonderful. Faye? I don't know a lot about Miss Faye, but I know my sister has her in class, and she absolutely loves her. Her art has gotten so much better since she started teaching. I always see her in Miss Bush's room, and she's the sweetest, and she always has such good things to say. Yeah, she's just a really nice presence in the art room.
Uncle Eric is such a kind and welcoming person who's always ready to share all of the wisdom that he's gathered.
Okay, hi, Zach again. He, also along with Uncle Happy, are probably the two people at this school who really embody the sense of aloha and really want to see this school grow and kind of persevere. And they've been here for such a long time, or Uncle Eric has been here for such a long time that he's seen the progression of students. And another thing that helped students, as well as myself, is that, like Macy said, he's passed down so much knowledge and kind of things, what to do and what not to do in life, and I find that extremely important, and it's just always so fun to hang out with him.
Every morning I come to school and I see Uncle Alex working very hard at the on his lawnmower, and it motivates me because he's here so early, and many of us don't appreciate the maintenance as much as we should. It just shows how hard they work and how early they come every day to school.
Okay. Auntie Kelly Karabi, she is the one that, even though some of the students might not notice, she's always there maintaining and helping the school to keep it clean, and she seems like she's always happy too. So that's a really, really cool thing about her personality and kind of her mindset on things, which I find that's very, very cool. And it's just those small things that we don't notice that we might take for granted, but it's so important for that stuff to get done. And I'm so happy that she's a part of the faculty.
Yeah, it's not a job with a lot of recognition, but you can see that it definitely makes a difference, and she definitely brings a positive energy to campus that I think has been appreciated with her time here.
Miss Fisher, I'm super bummed that I couldn't take an art class this year or last year, but every time I pass by her, she's like, "Hi, Shishi," and she gives me the biggest hug, and I'm definitely gonna miss her when I'm gone.
I was once asked, if I offered you an Uchi, would you take it? And I had no idea what was going on. But Brent would take no Uchi. That's what I have to say about Mr. D.
Miss Finelli is really, really caring. She's always into helping the students, and she's willing to help us try new activities and to try new things.
Miss Higgins has definitely been one of my favorite teachers from the start. I remember I would always set up all of her little toy animals in her class, and they'd be wall twerking. You know, her class is a great party. And in health class this year, I learned all sorts of valuable life lessons. Got really scarred, but I'm okay. Thanks, Miss Higgins. I love
Miss Inaba's made a big impact on me at Parker. I mean, the fondue, not gonna lie, that itself just made me so ready for college. But in all seriousness, she's super great. Miss Inaba, we're gonna miss you.
Favorite memory of Coach Dunnigan was in one of our games, at a home game. We were in the locker room, and he was asking stuff about what we needed to work on to improve in this game. And I said something kind of stupid, because I'm kind of stupid. And he kind of just laughed at me, and then it made everyone laugh at me. It was just
Oh God, what an interesting fellow. I feel like there's a lot of things you can say about Doc. Yeah, there are, and there's a lot of things that I can say about Doc, but I'm just going to tell one story about him. It seems as if whenever we have these kind of videos, people talk about a Doc story that's kind of negative, or a story where Doc inflicted some kind of pain on to said person. So I'm going to tell a story where he did that to me. So it was my freshman year, and I barely even knew Doc because I wasn't in debate. And I was on the front porch eating my lunch, and he walks up to me, grabs my backpack while it was unzipped, and dumps everything out on the ground. And he left it on the ground for me to pick up. So that's something interesting about Doc. But other than that, he's really cool. He cares about the school. He cares about debate. I mean, he may not seem like a hard worker, but I think he is.
I enjoy Miss Crissard because she helps out a lot. She's funny. She's funny, and she'll sub for anybody. So yeah.
Miss Corrigan's really organized, and I like the way that she leads her classes, and really it's inspiring the way that she's able to hold us together and inspire us to complete the task.
Miss Faye has really brought a whole new light to the lower school and middle school art department, and she also always is open to giving me advice, even though she doesn't teach high school, but she's always open to giving advice and sharing her knowledge with us.
Auntie Emily.
Gross. Wrong.
Auntie Emily's like that mom.
Like my mom?
That helps you with everything. Like any other mom, but she's awesome.
She's okay, I guess.
She's beautiful.
That's
My
true.
ad.
She's pretty hot.
Made this. I mean, did something right. I love Auntie Emily so much. I come to her with a lot of my personal problems and cry in her office, and she's like, "Okay, Haley, whoa." But then I'm like,
I just feel like you talk to her more than I do.
probably. I love her so much.
Miss Doherty. Okay. I haven't really bonded with her that much before this year, because this year I went into anatomy and physiology, and after that, or during this interim, we all went to Oahu and had a very, very weird but also really fun time. I kind of got to know her a little bit more as a person, kind of saw a little bit more of her characteristics while actually spending time with her outside of school. And she's just overall a great person to be with. She's so caring. She always wants to know what's going on with you and kind of put safety first, which I really recognize, and that's really cool. And overall, she's very nice.
What makes Hamilton such a great teacher? I think probably how willing he is to teach students and how he treats them like another human being and not like someone below him. I think that's what makes him a great teacher.
Yeah, Katie always has helped me learn Spanish even when I was in the lower school, and now I get her again in high school. I'm like, I can speak Spanish a lot better, and she makes it fun to learn.
I appreciate Miss Busher because she has the patience to help everybody who's stuck and doesn't necessarily have their creative juices flowing. And she's so nice and sweet. And I honestly I don't think I've ever met a person with such a kind and true heart as Miss Busher. So I really, really like her.
Scott Smith, otherwise known as Scat. Love Scat so much. We'll be chilling in the senior lounge, and he'll just walk in and be like, "Hi, I'm gonna use your microwave." And we'll be like, "Okay, Scat, weirdo." And then other times we'll be in our senior lounge trying to work on homework and do a study hall, and he'll be blasting "Call Me Maybe" and screaming the lyrics also. And he knows them word for word. Like, I've never met somebody that knows such incredible and accurate lyrics every single song. I'm supposed to say something now.
Oh, that's what this video editing is for, right?